Welcome to the Tuesday Night Music Show. I'm Brian. We have John here, Jay, and
Seth.
another Brian. Another Brian's here.
The other white meat.
the other, the other wipey. I got a question for the room, and you guys go one at a time on this. Musically, what genre do you feel like you connect most with? What's your favorite genre, John? Out of all the genres, which one do you feel like you identify with the most and you just enjoy?
I like many, but I probably connect hardest with anything that's in the 80s because I think
Okay.
I was just paying more attention and I had the means to actually go out and buy some of them for repeated listens. I think probably from 83, 82, 83, right through to the end of the decade, I
Uh-huh.
was, you know, formulating that I was, that I could be doing this professionally and was just paying more attention, listening to the Casey Kasem countdowns, you know,
Sure.
I paid more attention to him than say like the generation before that had Dick Clark or the oldie shows. That stuff
Right.
was always on. We knew all that music, but I think I connected most with probably 80s.
How about you, Jay? Is something you connect?
Rock.
Rock? Like what generally where rock?
If I had to stay, if I think of the genre as rock, the period, man,
I mean, you go back to like the 70s and go through today,
yeah.
a
I
lot of that
mean,
stuff, don't you?
if I was left to my own devices, I'd probably end up. If you said go get whatever you want in this record store, I'd probably come out with 70s and 80s rock.
Yeah.
90s is good, but I don't. 90s was listening. I didn't feel. I got older. And I think you have that 30-year-old cutoff where it's what's behind you that you're into and what's in front of you is what you like, if that makes any sense.
It does make sense. I have different theories on that than a lot of people do, but I get it. I get it. It's the same pew, different church, I guess.
Yeah.
But this is how I'm thinking of it because I was there right with you. I mean, we had the early 70s rock, and then you had punk, and then you had kind of a new wave rock thing, and then it went into like some metal stuff,
Yeah.
and then in the world of rock, it went kind of hairband, and then you went into this whole Nirvana grunge thing,
Right.
which was kind of neo-punk. And my philosophy on this is it's not that it's like you didn't dig it, it's that you'd already heard it from punk.
Yeah. You were suddenly
So
like, "Ooh, this reminds me of Black Sabbath from 20 years ago,
yeah, like
but
I've
it's
heard this
1991."
before. So I'm not as excited about it as somebody maybe 15 years younger than I am who has never heard
Experiencing
this
it for the
before.
first time, right?
Yeah,
For us, it was the second coming. It's like, oh, this again.
right.
You
Exactly.
look at the time we've been alive. And I heard someone say this recently and it's like, how fortunate I've been alive when Elvis was here and the Beatles and Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath and the Sex Pistols and all of the 80s new wave and Prince and all of the R&B and all of the hip hop. I mean, we've been alive when this stuff started,
The
really.
golden age of it.
Yeah, I think
Very
Lemmy was
fortunate in
famously
that part.
quoted as saying, "I'm so old, I was around before there was rock."
Yeah.
And they're like, "What do
That's
you mean?" He's
crazy.
like, "When I was young, we listened to like Rosemary Clooney."
Yeah.
He's like, "I was around before you knew what rock was."
Right. Right.
And we've been around in the middle. I mean, I was born the same year that the Beatles played on Ed Sullivan,
Mhm.
and that's still cited by musicians
Yes.
who sadly now are dying off because they're now in their 70s and 80s. But that was the beginning of it. But I think that 30-year-old, I think there's a time in your life where you can appreciate things going forward. But if you're given unlimited funds to achieve music, you still tend to go back. It's
Well,
always interesting when I see
maybe.
Spotify or
Yeah.
title lists. It's like, I'm not listening to the newest Disturbed. I'm listening to like, oh, I got to get Weekend Warrior by Ted Nugent or
Well, I
that
stand
Thin
by what
Lizzy Chinatown album.
I stand by what I said before. I think it's for us, it's repeat because we've heard it
Yeah,
all.
so you want to go back to the
So
source.
you think, yeah, you know what? This is fine, but this was really good.
Yeah.
Perfect example of this. D'Angelo passed away today. Big
Yep.
news. And when the first time I heard the song Untitled, which is a great song, Prince has got a hit with one of his neo soul tracks.
Yep. There
It's
you go.
about time. He's been doing this stuff for like 8 years. Something finally hit. And I'm talking about anything from Adore, When Two Are in Love, Insatiable. I mean, there's tons of them that he did that are just like this, but it was D'Angelo. Like, okay, this is a good song and I like it, but I've heard this before. A lot of people hadn't, who weren't
Right.
deep diving into Prince album tracks. They hadn't heard this stuff. So they got excited about that, where I'm like, okay, well, Prince did it pretty good too. And I like those tracks. So I've heard this before. I'm not going to get as excited about this new artist as you are. If that makes any sense at all.
And it makes 100%. And I think that I hear in the words you're using, my brain is going to how sad to qualify my statement of I won't live long enough to hear all the great music.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Jay.
Yeah.
And you're only as good as your last gig. I was thinking that too.
Joe Bonamassa, everybody. Thank
Joe-
you. Have a
That's
drink
right.
on me.
If I had a drink, I drink.
No,
Brian,
but for that Untitled tune, I'd let it get to Brian too. But
yeah.
when you heard the Prince, I mean, I was even thinking back to like Anthony Hamilton and the old LTD stuff, and it's like it even goes further
great
back
stuff.
than Prince.
Oh yeah.
But that's the lineage. And so if you had to put a set of that together and you heard the D'Angelo song, you'd say, I get some stuff from Prince that'll really work. And people go, what? What do you mean?
Well, if
right.
I played you some of these cuts from back then, it's uncanny how Prince Untitled was. Like, it's so Prince.
Right.
And it's not just the pacing, the guitar work and the tone of guitar, like that Fender jazz sound. Jay knows what you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. John knows too.
That's Prince.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like AI made a Prince song, but in 1994 or whenever Untitled came out.
But I wonder if a 40-year-old heard it and said, "This reminds me of Teddy Pendergrass or Donny Hathaway."
Maybe. Yeah.
Like what? Every age decade, do they have something they hear and go, "Oh, it's like I'm hearing some of this new emo stuff," and I'm like, "Yeah, this was really cool when it was called Husker Du."
Yeah.
Well, Husker Du came out before Nirvana, so when I heard Nirvana, I'm like, "This reminds me of like the Pixies and Husker Du," and
I think they're a Milwaukee band.
I think they are. Husker Du. They're awesome too. Ice Cold. If you need a track, listen to Ice Cold Ice. That will get you a good start on what Husker Du was as a trio, 3-piece trio. Really, really good band.
I got to ask Brian, what musical genre or format do you feel like you identify with most?
Debbie Tiffany.
Well, currently it's mainstream dance music,
Sure.
but I grew up in the 80s and I loved hair band music back in the 80s.
I know your favorite song, Slade Runaway, which is a really cool favorite
Yeah.
song.
Yeah, I listen to all like the Casey Kasem every Saturday morning.
Yeah, me too. And John and probably Brian.
The hair band stuff I loved. I used to, when I first got my first car, with my cassette adapter to a CD player. It played CDs all the time, and they're all hair bands.
Yeah.
Molly Crew, even the stuff like RO Speedwagon and stuff like that.
Sure.
Well, it wasn't a hair band, but listen to that
Well,
stuff
no,
all
but
the
it's
time.
rock.
The one, and I've got to say this publicly about
Damon, you
Brian.
can join us in progress, by the way. You're totally cool to do that.
I've got to say this about Brian. As great as a DJ of Brian is, doing parties, remixes, dance, like just bangers on a dance floor. And I know he's super into the Tiffany and Debbie thing. Brian, more than anyone else on the planet Earth that I know, is a fan of Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah.
And has seen them like 6 times.
Not as many times as I've seen Debbie Gibson and Tiffany, but a lot.
But that's my point. It's like you look at Brian, you just go like, "Oh, I don't want to play Breaking Benjamin and scare Brian away." And it's like, no dude, Brian's a bigger fan than you.
That's his joint. Yeah.
Yeah, Brian's into like the hard stuff too.
Yeah.
So it's just you can't, like with him saying, mainstream dance. It's like, yeah, that's what he's into. But
Mhm.
you peel some of that layer back on the onion,
Yeah.
and boom, you got like a death metal guy in the room.
Well, I feel like everyone in this room right now, including those who are watching from the wings, we got Eric, we got Tom, who are in the room checking us out live. We're all very well rounded as far as our musical tastes go. We're not one trick ponies. We like good music. We like all kinds of music. That's a given. I was just curious as to like if somebody, really said, well, what's really your jam? Like put all the DJ stuff aside. Musically, what do you really like? What do you gravitate toward? What do you identify with? And yeah, Damon, I'm going to ask you the same question. Do you understand the question?
I think I got a good idea.
What is it?
No, you was just asking besides DJ, so what else are we really into?
Well, even if it's DJ stuff, it doesn't matter. But what do you feel like that you identify with most musically?
Oh man.
Like your favorite stuff is what?
My favorite stuff?
Yeah.
It's a toss-up between, damn, let's go. Of course, early 80s electro.
Yes.
I love that.
Fun stuff.
Um, then also I gotta go like that late 70s to mid 80s, what we call new wave, alternative. I mean,
Right.
that's y'all know I'm a big B-52 fan, so it's
Right.
like so I'm right in there
Private
with
Idaho, baby.
exactly.
Yeah.
Mesopotamia, I mean,
Yeah.
Planet Claire, shit.
Oh, I love Planet Claire. Forgot about that, damn it.
Yeah, so I mean,
A
yeah,
great
so
track.
those are like my things. Of course, 80s hip hop, but yeah, early mid 80s electro and early 80s alternative new wave. That's my shit.
Right.
So
Me personally, and I was thinking about this earlier, it's got to be just pop music. I think I like pop music more than anything else. And that covers a lot of different genres. It's
yeah.
just kind of the best of the best cherry picked stuff. I really like that. Even today, I'll hear stuff, not every song on the radio, of course not, but I will hear things once in a while. I was like, ooh, I dig that. Sometimes I'll hear a Dua Lipa song. It's like, ooh, I like that. That's really nice. Or a Lizzo song
Yeah.
or even a Chappelle Roan song. It's like, ooh, I kind of like that.
Well, radio's doing a good job these days, but you go back in time to get the exposure, you had to put some energy into it. I knew rock bands existed. I knew there was a Zeppelin and there was a Sabbath and an Ozzy. I went to see an AC/DC tribute band at Avalon in Boston on Lansdowne Street, probably, I don't know, it had to be 86, 87. I hadn't seen AC/DC live yet because it was like they come around like Halley's Comet once every 15 years. But I went to this other show. So now they're getting sets. So some band opened that was covering some other something. And in between sets, the DJ that was there was dropping some hard rock tunes. And I heard stuff I never heard before, stuff that doesn't get on the radio.
Right.
I got stuff I heard Kix tunes, Kix.
Yeah.
They were dropping Accept. They were playing like early Megadeth songs, and I'm just like, what is all this stuff? Because unless you went to the record store and looked in that section, you weren't hearing that on the radio. It wasn't mainstream. It was underground. I was like, what are all these great songs? Who are these bands? Then the AC/DC tribute thing came up. There was they took a break about halfway through the set. And I'm going over to hang where the DJ is, and I'm looking at the records that he's putting down. He's playing stuff like harder edge stuff, but it's like not the stuff that you would get on the radio. It wasn't mainstream play. Even the rock stations we had in Boston growing up, and Rhode Island, we had HJY 94.1, AAF, BCN. They weren't taking it to that level and playing this degree of rock. We were getting Springsteen and mainstream, cookie cutter rock and roll.
Sure.
You had to go to the college radio.
You had to go up on the way left
Nasty
end of the
Habits,
dial.
Mike Jones on Emerson Radio, which was like 87.5 or something, 93.
So hear stuff like that. It was tricky. And Grateful Dead, you trade tapes at the shows or whatever. But when everyone gets together to go see a band that's kind of focused as AC/DC is, 3 chords on a 4/4 beat, and to get exposed to all that other stuff, then rock became exciting again. It's like, oh, there's more. There's another, like you said, peel back the layers. There's more in here. And then we start building the collections and find out about some bands we would have just missed otherwise. But you got to put the energy in and go to the show, or you never would have heard it. Yeah.
I got to ask, has anyone here ever bought an album they didn't know what it was, but they bought it based solely on the cover?
Oh yeah.
We're creaming and other delights, Al Herbert.
Well, I had that growing up.
My
That-
mom had that one. Yeah.
My parents had that too, and it established the direction of my life in 1969, 70. So
With the power of an album cover, huh?
it was
Side note.
amazing.
Yeah.
But I got
Side note.
Killers by Iron Maiden, having not
Oh,
heard
yeah.
Wrathchild yet.
It's a beautiful. It's one of the best album covers ever. Got a side
And
note
it's
for
got
you.
Eddie
My-
up there with the hammers.
My sister's first husband was the lead guitar player in Kicks. Kicks, different Kicks, not the same Kicks.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
yeah. It was in Aerosmith. ARRO.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh.
these kicks just keep getting harder to
Not
find.
Bob Dylan, a Bob Dylan. Yes.
Yeah. Robert Dylan.
Robert-
He was
Robert
with
Dylan.
Robert Dylan.
Dillon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dylan. Yeah. So, yeah, I like what I like as far as the pop music goes because I really love melody and harmony. I love interesting key changes. I don't like every song on the radio. I never have liked every song on the radio, but I tend to gravitate towards that. I tend to identify with that and love it. Really, genuinely love it. And I even like radio edits of songs most of the time. I think this just presented very well. And that's my joint. But here's my next question. And we'll start with John on this.
All right.
We know what your jam is. We know what you identify with. You like the most out of everything else. We know what you like the most. Is there a genre of music that you just don't understand? Like you don't get it? Like in general. Not that there's never a song from that genre that you like, but in general, there's a genre where you're just like,
If
You're
someone
perplexed, you don't
someone
get
came
it.
up to me and they said they had free tickets to go to some coffee shop and listen to somebody just whinging on an acoustic guitar, just playing covers, like that whole alt folk thing, I would play sick or call in dead and not
not
go-
even if it was Joni Mitchell or
That's-
Jim
that's-
Croce.
well,
See,
those guys
yeah.
are different. That's
You never know when the next one's going to pop up.
Yeah,
You
they're
know.
going to start in a coffee shop.
right. But
They're
that's
K-pop.
that low energy and and
Folky.
beatnik
Yeah.
shit. It's just I can do without. I won't miss it if it wasn't here, but
But there are
I-
exceptions.
I get people dig it, and it came from the Woodstock and the Dead and that stuff that came along, that what Fish and all that stuff, and just not my speed. So
But there are exceptions
there are. I mean, I'll still
to
Mr.
folk
Gray.
music. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll still play a couple of them out of it. I mean, they have to if they cross over, and they're suddenly discovered, like Edie Brickell and the Bohemians. What I Am. It's
Yeah.
like I wouldn't cross the street to buy it, but now I know I
Yeah.
need it because everybody likes it. It's like,
Right. Well,
okay.
great music is great music. If something is great, it crosses over. How about you, Jay? Is there a musical genre in general that you're not wrapping your head around?
Much to the dismay of my wife and other people, it is 100% reggae.
And there
And
are
I have
exceptions.
albums that are reggae that I love, but they're much more
right.
pop rock than reggae.
Sure. Is there any particular reason you feel like that you're just not? Bless you,
Bless you.
Thank you.
Pastor Jay.
Mhm.
Yes.
I don't get it. I just don't. I keep waiting for the
Don't
guitar
know why you just
solo.
don't- yeah.
I keep waiting for a little distortion.
I think you have to be standing in the sand, looking at the ocean.
I
Maybe
don't
it's
smoke
gotta
enough
have
weed. I don't know what it is.
that.
That's what it is. You don't smoke enough weed. Shit.
But it's funny, in the summer, I'll put on, there's like 2 common sense reggae tracks, like full on reggae. But if I'm driving down by the beach, I will go out of my way to get 1 or the 2 on because it's just the coolest thing to hear driving in the sun. But sitting around listening to like Bob Marley all day,
Yeah.
I just never got that. I just was like, this is not fast enough. This is not dark enough. This is not
Right.
rock enough. Yeah, sorry, everybody
Yeah.
from Kingston.
No, it's
Grove.
it's an honest question, it's an honest answer, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Ryan, you got one that you just don't get?
Well, contrary to belief, I don't think I'm the style, not into the style at all. Rap, anything rap. I don't get like you can't dance to rap. Like to me, I
You're
like it.
talking about low BPM hip hop stuff.
yeah, like I
You
can't
can
even,
dance to Bust a Move.
yeah, that to me that's not rap.
Yeah,
That's-
it's
You dance to it's tricky. Yeah.
like, it-
Like 80s rap is different than what's out now.
Yeah.
The older rap is
Yeah.
not
and
not the
Like
current.
the
contemporary
gangsta
hip hop
rap.
stuff. Yeah.
yeah, it's a pop song, yeah,
Sure.
but not rap.
Yeah.
I just never got it. People would ask for it, and it's like, tell me a song. It's like,
Right.
there's,
Yeah. I
there's
have
no
that
way.
one too.
There's no way I'm going to pick something out
Be
because
specific because I'm not your guy. Yeah. With certain genres, I'm that way. And certain artists, I'm that way too. Damon, is there a genre you just don't get?
I'm almost with with John, kind of the folky stuff. Um, I have friends who are deadheads and all that stuff, but I just couldn't get into that shit. I
Oh,
tried.
yeah.
Just add more weed. That's all.
Yeah.
No,
It's the
and
reggae
that
principle.
didn't even help. I mean, I smoked a lot of weed with him, man. Oh my God. I was cool for about an hour, and then after that, no, I even tried going to a dead show one time, and it's still just like, I gotta go. I gotta get the hell out of here after
That's
a
a tough
while.
one.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. So it's like, like especially like the dead fish and all of them. I'm not a big fan of their stuff. So
And people go nuts about that stuff.
yeah.
The,
Girls out there hula hooping and stuff and really into it. And
Jay, you gonna
It
tell
was
the
either-
fish story?
2 or 3 years ago, Fish played the beach the night before DJ Expo.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
They had like 70,000 people.
You couldn't see
Oh,
the sand. There was so
Couldn't
many
see
people.
the sand.
There-
no,
that's
don't
how
get
many
me
people were
wrong.
on
They
the
got a
beach.
great following. All those people
Yeah,
are great.
huge following.
I
And
just
it
can't
doesn't
They're not
mean that
feeling
it's about, but like everything, I think we tend to look at things by their followings. The
Mhm.
Dead, I grew up not getting the Dead, and I had friends that were all because the Dead,
Yeah.
as John knows, the Dead will play Massachusetts 5 times. They'll play two
Mhm.
twice, 2 or 3.
Mhm.
Then Jerry will play solo, and then Bob Weir will play solo. So you get 5 shows.
Yep.
And I didn't understand it. And then as I got older, because I got into Hell in a Bucket, Touch of Grey,
Mhm.
things that were more rocky, Alabama Getaway. I was like, oh, there's the guitar solo. Okay, cool. It's distorted. I'm in.
Well,
But
Yeah.
as I've gotten older, I can appreciate their music. I can't listen to it for 7 hours.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
certainly can appreciate if you could let your brain go a little bit. I think that it's so cerebral that's why it's got the audience it has, that it's kind of escape music.
yeah. Well, here's the thing with the Dead I've noticed, and I noticed this when I went to a show, and they was telling me this. If Jerry comes out on stage and he wears a certain color, it's going to be more rocky. If he wears a different color, it's going to be more folky.
Huh.
Yeah, so you never know which show you're going to get. That's why they play so many shows in a row. To
Right.
get those people, and that's why they camp out all
Yeah.
weekend there and
Right. We,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Yeah.
Box of chocolates.
Yeah.
I can respect anybody whose dedication to an artist is as deep as some of their fans are to that
Yes.
band.
But you got to wonder. And okay, Alpine Valley, right by my house, where
Stevie Ray Vaughan died.
Dead used to play there every year, and every year the little village of East Troy was the weirdest freak show in the world.
Yeah.
There were motorcycles with mannequins on the back of them, and it was just weird
Right.
stuff going on just for that weekend. It's almost like a lifestyle. I don't know if
It
you
is.
really even
It
got to
is.
be into the music.
It's probably not
to
the first show that they've
follow
been
them
in this
around.
month. Right. They've been
Yeah, they
this, they're
follow
just
them around.
right.
So, yeah.
And, you know,
You might be into something completely different musically, but because you're digging the lifestyle and the scene and that the socialization of it all, maybe that's why you go.
Well, it's one of the few acts that I know this from seeing documentaries, different clips, different interviews, and knowing some of the fans. It's one of the few groups, and I will add Pearl Jam to this, that has the kind of fan base that will travel like that.
Mm-hmm.
The difference with the Dead fans, the game is, hey, I don't have money to go to every show, but I can do tie-dye. So I'm going to
Right.
sell my t-shirts, and hopefully all I want is a ticket that night. I think it's to me, it's a bit enviable to be able to get up in the morning and
Cool.
go, man, I'm alive. And if I can sell 20 t-shirts, I'm going to go see Jerry and Bob kicking it inside of Alpine Valley.
Mm.
And then you're not even worried about tomorrow. I'm over here worried about bills. What am I going to do with the car tomorrow? It's like to be that freed up where you're like, and the other thing is, and this is a statement that I feel is factual, you can argue. I think bands like Fish, the Dead, the jam bands, I think they tend to attract an intelligent fan base. You can joke about the weed and everyone getting high all the time, but they're not a bunch of rapists and
No.
murderers and muggers.
No, it's not a violent. It's a pretty
No, but I
chill
think they tend to be like a well-read, intelligent.
hippie
Yeah.
college.
I've seen interviews where
dropout
they're like,
kind
I
of
took
thing.
my third year of college off and went to Europe and I saw the Dead 4 times.
Yep.
But I also then went and got my master's because I wanted to be in New York and do that. And it's like,
Sure.
yeah, they're working towards something. I told you guys I DJ'd a wedding where Bill Walton was the officiant. And I showed up knowing that. And I got on the mic. He had his back to me and I said, doing a quick sound check, everybody. It's only going to be loud for a minute. And I played a live version of Eyes on the World, which is like 40 minutes long. It had, I think Wynton Marsalis was playing with the band this particular show.
You've lost
And
me,
it's-
but go ahead. Yeah.
It's a famous Connecticut, like 77 Connecticut show. And I put it on, and he took about 4 seconds and turned around and gave me a big thumbs up. Now, I did it totally to kiss up to Bill Walton, RIP. But it was one of those things where he had, like the rest of the night, we got along really, really well. One, I think because he respected that I did that. But two, I know that he is a massive Deadhead. So he would appreciate
Yep.
something a little deeper than here's Althea, or
Well-
here's, I Need a Miracle, or here's, Shakedown Street.
Speaking of, if you're a DJ and somebody comes up really excited,
Someday, I hope. I'm working towards it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not done yet.
I'm just saying, if you have to have a dead track in your library to throw on, if some rando wants to hear it during cocktail, my vote's Shakedown Street. That's the easiest one I think you can play.
I would do Shakedown or I would do Althea. If they're a real fan, Althea always hits well. You could do Truckin'.
Still
yeah,
not
you could, like
trucking.
Truckin's one that's just kind of the
It's
staple.
a established way back
It's
in the
almost
day.
like they expect you to play Truckin'. But
Yeah. Or
yeah,
Fire in the
Yeah,
Mountain.
Uncle John's band.
Uncle
And a lot of
John's
people-
band.
They'll all
a lot
know
of
those.
people might say Touch of Gray.
I love that song,
So let me give you my impression of that song.
but it's
I
very
felt the
mainstream.
same way about Touch of Gray that I felt about the Monkees doing that song That Was Then, This Is Now in 1985. It just felt like we're not relevant anymore, but we're going to do a song that's not as great as our old songs, but might get a video on MTV.
But Touch of Grey came out after Alabama Getaway
Yeah.
and
Yep.
Hell in a Bucket.
That was their only number one song.
Yeah, was Touch
Yeah.
of Grey.
Because
Yeah.
all the hippies freaked out and bought it.
I can't say that I can fault a band for throwing their hat in the commercial ring once
No,
in
it's
a blue
fine,
moon.
but the song didn't turn me on.
Right.
It's like,
I think it's a good song. I think it's too expected.
fine.
And
I think you have
again,
better songs.
I want to hear something by the Dead versus, man, I love the Grateful Dead. Okay, I'm not going to, play the 38-minute version of Eyes of the World, but here's Althea, here's Truckin', here's Fire in the Mountain, here's, I think Shakedown Street's a great track. That album is great, by the way. They have a track called I Need a Miracle that I've played before, and people have no clue it's the Grateful Dead. You could even do Give Me Some Lovin'. They do a great Rascals track. Give Me Some
I don't know
Lovin'.
the Dead well enough to even know what the Dead's Give Me Some Lovin' sounds like.
It's
'cause I have
it's
the
pretty
patience to
much
listen to it.
it's very straight to the Rascals.
It's
Like
too,
it's
it's
they do
almost
it the
like-
same way.
yeah. The Dead to me always sounded way too country.
They're very country.
It's like the
They're
Eagles
very.
or Eagles were country rock, but Dead to me was country. It's just like
I think they're very country. When you look at Jerry's playing, it's
Mm-hmm.
very acoustic, folk, country based. Yeah.
yeah. So John's a fan.
I know a few
Same.
songs. I have a few songs.
Same like Dave Matthews. Never get into those
Yeah,
guys
it's like
either.
kind of this. Yeah, similar.
Oh, Snore Fest.
Was
I
it-
got
was it-
into
was it
him after he
John?
was
Was
popular.
it you who said or somebody said the Dave Matthews Band sounded like they were playing seven different songs at the same time, and no one was playing the same song?
That's the general consensus. Many people have said that, not just
Yeah.
I. Yeah, it's everybody's solo.
There's a time and a place. It's like I've got a buddy who's super into Jack Johnson, And he turned me on to first time he was working in a club, and you go, "What are you playing?" Or not a club, like a bar. He goes, "Yeah, I'm playing a lot of G Love and Special Sauce."
Oh wow.
I'm a DJ, and I'm like, "Who the hell is G Love and Special?" Like, I just the name. I've got to go find this out.
Oh yeah.
And they're from Philly. They're very funky,
Mhm.
acousticy, rocky type thing. But they have a track called Rodeo Clown with Jack Johnson. And it was before, I think, what is Bonfire came out, his first album, and which just blew up in California at least. And Jack Johnson became like, a huge thing out here. But again, it's like stuff that I'd never heard of. And it's a little bit on that kind of a Grateful Dead vibe-ish. Like, it would help if you were surfing or high to hear this. KMK. You guys familiar with Cottonmouth Kings?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's again, they're taking that vibe, but they're pushing it more into hip hop.
That's rap rock, like Bonfire.
It's like they play the whatever they call the ICP Juggalo thing they do every year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like Insane Clown Posse.
That whole
They're one
vibe.
of their bands.
Okay.
So again, it's music that you listen to or make fun of and just go, eh. But I think Brian brings up a great point. It's good to have something that you can look to.
In the chamber, just in case.
Oh, I played Country Heroes one night at the right event. I probably got 30 compliments. Country Heroes is a Hank Third song. And the audience was totally in that genre.
Yeah.
But there's no way that a DJ at a wedding was ever going to play anything for them. And the fact that I played it between Glenn Campbell and Merle Haggard, I literally had guys full sleeve tats coming up. Dude, man, I've never, the day would come I'd hear that at a wedding. You're the greatest DJ ever. I'm like, you guys look like you'd appreciate it. Oh man, we love Hank 3. I mean, I think it's important as a DJ to have a little something in every barrel of the gun.
Yeah, just in case. I was gonna share with you the genre that I least identify with. And I shared this earlier. John saw it. And thank you for not taking my genre, because I assume you feel about the same way that I do about it. You knew where I was going with this.
I knew. It's hard to search.
Yeah.
It's hard to find.
Yeah.
Hiding in plain sight more than
Hiding in plain sight. Out of all the genres out there, the one that I struggle the most with is Christian contemporary. I don't get it at all. And
you don't know it, or you don't understand.
I don't get it, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, and I'll give you an example that I think you'll understand, and what my point is on this. Okay, first of all, it's important to know that I'm not hung up on lyrics. Jay likes lyrics. I don't care. I like melody
lyrics
and harmony and interesting key changes and cool grooves. That's what I like. They can
like that
think
too.
about anything. I don't care. All right. So it's not.
Unless they're Foster.
It's
Just saying.
Just saying. I'm good with that. You're not. I am.
I'm not good with that damn song.
I know you're not. We know.
Don't play it.
Told us.
Boycott.
So let's look at an artist like Amy Grant.
Married to Vince Gill for like 30 years. Be careful. You
Christian artist
going.
Yep.
She released a pop album that was amazing.
91.
Peter
Baby, baby.
I really, really liked it.
Yeah.
That song, Baby Baby, the production was great on it.
Great song.
Makes me want to roller skate. Yep.
Oh man. Just thought it was a fan. Every single I heard that she did, I liked it. And I'm thinking to myself, how come her Christian stuff wasn't this cool? How come it had to, like, the Christian stuff musically, it's like they're on point with their message, but musically it can be so incredibly substandard if it's Christian. But when she goes into the pop realm, the music is amazing, but her lyrics are succulent. Why? Why can't you have your subject matter and great music at the same time? I don't understand it. I compared Christian music to a veggie burger. It's great if you're a vegetarian. I'm sure it's fantastic. But if you're not a vegetarian, you'd rather eat a regular hamburger. It's going to taste a lot better to you. That's my argument with Christian.
Yeah. This
the
part
other
of the show
thing,
is brought to you by the Lord of Darkness, Brian.
no,
S.
no, no. And okay, let's bring this a little further.
Power of Christ
I'll
compels you.
take this a little further with you. I mean, I don't know. When I think Christian, I think forgiveness. I think, non-judgmental Jesus. I mean, that's the teachings of Christ, right?
Yeah. But do you
Okay.
think her lyrics are judgmental?
No, but I think that the community is, because Prince can write a song like I would die for you, which is Jesus in the first person. And it's a beautiful song, and it's a great song, and they
Yeah,
dismiss
it's a
it.
great track.
They'll dismiss it completely. Or George Harrison does My Sweet Lord, and it's
Yeah,
dismissed
and it
completely.
upsets people. No, I understand that.
You see what I'm saying? So
I think groups
I'm
are
not
always
sure
allowed
what they're
to be
trying to
selective.
achieve
Well,
here.
my sweet Lord bugged everybody because he used Harry Krishner in the song, and
Yeah,
it all
that
bent out of
freaked
shape.
everybody
Then,
out.
like, don't get your peanut butter and my chocolate type religion.
How about Doobie Brothers doing Jesus is Just All Right?
Great track.
It's a great track.
Yeah.
They're not pushing that.
I think that I said this repeatedly the other day to somebody because we were having a discussion about, what it didn't matter what we were talking about, but I said, if you're 100% in agreement with everyone in the room, you're in the wrong room. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, if
Yeah,
you say I am a fill in the blank because I'm 100% on board with everything, that tells me that you're eventually going to have a leader in that room that's going to screw everything up. And Christian music should be something that is in the realm of belief, but doesn't have to be dumbed down.
Right.
You're talking about Amy Grant. I'm genuinely thinking of somebody that
What about
your friend.
oh yeah, you like that one cat.
I like his stuff from the 90s, but I've heard his new stuff that's considered very Christian, and it's not great music to my ears.
Right.
But
yeah.
you play Picture Perfect by Michael W. Smith, I think it's a jam. And every time I've played it, people are like, damn, what is this? I'm like, this is a Christian artist. I mean,
Remember that-
technically, Creed's first album is a Christian album.
Yeah, it's really good. It crossed over.
Right.
So,
My Own Prison.
Right.
It's how they presented the message, I think.
Right.
How can a genre that churns out music like as much as any other genre hit and cross over so few times over the last 30 years? It's weird.
Striper,
yeah, Creed is a good example of
Creed
cool
got
music.
huge.
Yeah, that was
Now,
cool.
of course, they're massive.
Now listen to the words of like Switchfoot Meant to Live, and you're like, oh, there's
Switchfoot is a Christian group. I play Float all the time.
Yeah.
And when I play it, I get two audiences. I get the people that inevitably, 100%, somebody comes up and goes, is this Switchfoot? I'm like, yeah, we're Christians. We love this band. Thank you so much for playing this, because they feel you're playing it for them.
Remember that
other people are like, dude, this reminds me of Red Hot Chili Peppers and this and this. And I'm like, yeah, it's a dope song. It's called Float by Switchfoot.
Eric mentioned Spirit in the Sky from the 70s. That song, which was also redone in the 80s by Dr. and the Medics. I mean, yeah, this is about going to heaven. It's got a friend named Jesus.
Malden
Not accepted. It's just really bizarre. So it's not Christian. It's something else. They have an agenda. I don't know what it is. It's a club, and not everyone's invited. I don't understand it.
But see, that's the 100% thing. That's the 100% thing. Because I think you can be in a club and still not have to do everything the club does.
Yeah. I think
that's called having a personality. That's called being an individual.
But not everyone does that, unfortunately.
No, they don't.
But we live in a very
when you all
homogenized
fall
society.
in line, there has to be some control. And music is delivered as part of the music business, the key word being business. So there could be a big agenda by the labels that put out Christian music saying, hey, you need to change that word. That sounds too much like this. Oh, okay, we'll do it. We want to get out there. So the message is controlled. I mean, I don't want to get all Orwellian on us.
Well, you are, but that's okay.
But you heard me say initially that hiding in plain sight. Like, I didn't figure out Creed was a Christian band until almost after the third record. I'm
100%.
Oh, wait a second, really?
Somebody had to tell me that George of Clay's Flood was a Christian song. I'm like, why?
Yeah. No,
why is I don't get it. I'm listening to the
Skillet.
lyrics and
Skillet's Christian.
it's uplifting.
Still is
But
Christian.
I didn't see it as
Well, see,
particularly
let's-
Christian. It
just
could be a
quickly.
nice message for anybody.
quickly, just a hiding in plain sight thing. Like back in the 50s and 60s, if an artist wanted to take a liberty on some religious music, they called it their gospel record. Elvis
Yes.
did it. Johnny Cash did it. It was
Everyone,
announced.
other-
It was announced how great thou art. Okay, he's going to do a God record.
Country.
We don't expect anything to chart. Don't expect. It was it was their faith, their belief, and they could do that. They had the artistic license, and the label said, "Yeah, go ahead," because that's going
You
to appeal
take the
to a
room for a
different
minute.
group.
I got a Frenchie back here that's really gassy. That's got to go. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, we'll fill in the
Well,
blanks.
yeah, we can handle it.
Sure
But
thing.
see, it was announced. It said right on the record it was a gospel record, and there was probably a picture of a church with some stained glass, and you kind of knew what you were in for. You weren't getting Heartbreak Hotel.
We don't know what it is. It's
Oh, that thing.
Something.
That's ball of stink is what it is. Get that stank thing out of
But
here.
yeah, I think there's a certain level of expectation with Christian music. I mean, I remember in the 80s, like early 80s, being turned on to Petra. Petra was like a metal band that was like a rock metal Christian band. And if you didn't pay attention to the lyrics, you'd never know. You know, Stryper made it really obvious. Stryper got in your face with like "To hell with the devil."
Oh yeah, the soldiers
But
under
at
God's
the same
command.
time-
It's in the lyrics. It was all there.
Right, and they're quoting, you know, they've got Isaiah, you know, proverb quotes on their records. But you look at "Shout at the Devil" by Motley Crue. It wasn't "shout with" or "shout for." It was "shout at," and you
And
could
it's
twist
on
it a
the-
little.
It's on the PMRC Filthy 15, right? Because
Right, exactly. But
Right.
you could argue they're shouting at. They're saying, "No, devil, you go away," which they weren't. We all know.
No.
I mean, if you need a Satan band, Crew gets they're standing in line at the time. But I think it's just you got to know your audience, and if your audience is young people that don't want to hear swears and old people that don't, you go right in the middle.
Well, take Ozzy. You think Ozzy was religious towards the end? You think some of his stuff crossed the line and was almost preachy, gospely, like Dreamer and Believer, and he was doing all that kind of stuff? It's like he just ascended. He just went to a higher level. It used to be singing about rock and roll and
Well, I don't know. Crazy Train was actually a pretty uplifting track when you listen to the lyrics.
should be in a happy crate.
My only issue with Ozzy becomes, and it's not a disbelief, it's the reality of it, is that Ozzy didn't write the lyrics or the music on at least the first 5 or 6 albums. And if he
Yeah.
wrote it afterwards, I'd like to know where the talent suddenly, like everyone it tells you he had incredible melody. But Bob Daisley wrote all the songs. Geezer wrote all the songs. I mean, I think he may have influenced the outcome. Everyone's like, well, look at what he did with Mama, I'm Coming Home. Look at the album. Lyrics by Lemmy Kilmister.
Yeah,
And there's no Santa Claus, kids.
Whoa, whoa,
No.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's
Easter
not push
Bunny.
it too far. Wow.
Sorry,
Okay, now
kids.
we're getting banned.
This
Yeah,
show
really.
is not for kids. You can click that box when
You can now believe that
Wow.
Brian's not into Christian music because Brian is now practicing the work of our, the guy
It is.
downstairs. What's going on?
just spitting. Let's start a pagan crate.
Yeah, really.
Santa Claus,
Wow.
I said. Come
How
on.
dare you?
Hey,
say there's
everyone,
no
welcome
Ozzy
to the
Santa
Osbourne
wedding.
didn't
I'm
write music. There's no
BSR.
Santa Claus. That was what I was trying to say. I wasn't trying to
how-
say the other thing. I
How dare you blaspheme?
was trying to say
But-
that you're ruining everyone's childhood here, Jay. You're just
Hey, the truth needs to be known about Bob Daisley. I'm sorry. Guy gets no credit. He wrote amazing stuff for Blizzard, Diary, Bark. Come on.
anyway. That's my argument on Christian music. Prove me wrong. I mean, write a big banger and it was like, oh, this is really good, but or induct some people in there that aren't particularly in your club, but actually do practice Christianity and write songs about things that are relevant instead of dismissing them. I find it
Well,
odd.
here's the thing, Brian. You say write big bangers, but they are writing big bangers because they're selling millions of albums to their following.
Yeah, they're selling millions of veggie burgers too to vegetarians.
Okay.
But you're not a vegetarian, so you're going to eat a real hamburger. You're going to enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm not going to that restaurant.
You're going to eat a veggie burger and say, this is processed crap. I don't want this. I can get a better burger at McDonald's than this thing.
I think it's just providing the options. I'm reminded that one of the DJs that you guys know that I work with, Cream, he went through something a few years ago and made the announcement. So I'm not talking out of school. he came out with that he was born again and he wasn't going to be playing the old music, which is all Latin, that he used to play certain songs, certain artists because of content. And we discussed it off air, but for those that don't know, Daddy Yankee has stopped producing music. He too has now become born again Christian. I talked to Cream and said, how are the gigs going? And he goes, I'm playing a lot in South and Central America and I'm playing huge gigs. I'm like, really? He goes, there is a massive Latin Christian movement
Yeah.
that attracts a huge crowd to it. So we cannot understand it. And I couldn't name more than Switchfoot and, Petra and maybe one other group. But for all we know, those artists could be playing at Madison Square Garden on a Wednesday, and it's just not making it to our radar.
Exactly.
Well, if it's really great, it does because there are crossovers.
No, I think
it's
you
rare,
can be.
but it happens.
I think you
No.
can stay in your lane and not cross over and still be huge.
Yep.
Well, no, I'm not arguing that. I'm talking about actually being good, though, like as good as a pop song.
No, but
Being successful and being good are two completely different things.
I know, but being good in the eyes of what? You or them? If they're paying the money
No,
to see the band,
I'm talking about mainstream shit. If it's got good melody and harmony, people are going to dig it. I mean, that's why
I know, but
over.
maybe they're just not getting to it. It's not crossing over, not so much because it's not
Just
good.
because we're not listening to it, we're not hearing it, it's not crossing over.
Yes,
Somebody's
I
listening
think
to
that's part of it.
I don't believe that. We have friends, Dan Carpenter, who's on the show. He's a big Christian DJ. And yeah, he's playing it and he likes it. And his argument is, well, if you like adult contemporary, you like Christian. It's like, well, that's not true. I think Kenny Loggins is one of the best things that ever happened to music. And I would consider him an adult contemporary artist. And a lot of the singles that we've heard that we like end up on the adult contemporary charts. So I do indeed enjoy adult contemporary music, not as a genre, but there are tracks that are in the adult contemporary genre that I do enjoy.
Right.
But it's never like, oh, you got to check out this Christian rock track. It's amazing.
All right, I get something here because this is going to circle back to what I told you about the AC/DC cover band. So if you go to one of those Christian retreats and you're exposed to this music that you wouldn't have found otherwise, now you've got a whole new cast of characters. It's like, what was this band? What is this song? How have I missed this? Why don't I know this? You have to get, if it's underground, you have to be put into a position where you actually get a chance to experience it.
Yes.
I'm not hearing Christian rock or Christian hip hop. Yeah, it's just not getting on the radio. But there's got to be somewhere that group listens to this, whether it's at church, in the bus on the way to the mass. I don't know, but somewhere they have.
And I see Brian's point, but I also think the other side of that coin is it's doing what it's supposed to do for the audience for now.
I understand.
Maybe there's no aspiration to go, hey man, I'm really happy I'm selling 10,000 seats in Franklin, Tennessee on a Thursday. I've got a good career. I love God, but man, I'd really like to hit the Billboard charts in the top 100 hot singles. What do I need to do? And then the question becomes, well, are you limited by what you can do lyrically because of that music?
Well, the lyrics.
Can you set, and I think 30, 40, 50 years ago, you could sell Jesus Is Just All Right on the radio because there wasn't a billion distractions, nor was there a million ways to look. If I gave
I don't know if that was ever single, it was an album track, but
what I'm saying is if I gave a popular Christian, it'd be an interesting experiment. Give a popular Christian song in that community to a popular pop artist and have them re-release it as is.
Let's see if it goes.
What if your buddy Michael W. Smith did Prince's "I Would Die for You"? How would that do? I mean, really,
then open everyone's eyes that it's a Christian song. Well, it's like anything else. If a communist says we're going north, that means communists are going north. If a Christian says, "Oh, this is a great song," other Christians are forced to then say, "Oh, look, this is a great song." So you could open the eyes of everybody.
I understand the money. I understand the audience. I just don't get it. It's
no, I appreciate and respect that. I really do. I'm just saying I don't think it's a genre that's, I'm always shocked when certain artists play big places. I said last night, Chris Brown just played 2 nights at SoFi Stadium. He's got a $1,111 meet and greet where he'll take photos with fans, any photo they want. dude, the line to get into the meet and greet, I mean, you must have 100 people. I'm okay with math. Last time I looked, I mean, we're talking millions of dollars the guy's pulling down from concerts. And I haven't picked up a song of his in the last 15 years,
Yeah.
but I'm not his fan base.
Right.
And I was shocked when I said, "What do you mean he's selling 2 nights at $300 a seat?" Oh,
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, it's packed. How? So it might be the same in every genre has that.
Could be.
Sepultura can play in front of 50,000 people in Brazil. You don't know anything about Sepultura.
Damon had a thought.
Well, no, we were talking about the Christian music and stuff like that. I'm going to swing over to the barbecue side for a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's gospel.
Yeah, get
That's
That's
nerdy.
different.
gospel. Okay, those gospel artists sell millions and millions of records, and they do cross over.
Yeah, they
of them
do.
Some of them don't.
Whispers.
Yeah, but no, I mean, if you look at artists like Kirk Franklin, strictly, I mean, he is a
Oh, yeah,
gospel
Kirk
artist
Franklin was
all
strictly-
day long.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he has a lot of songs that do cross over, and
Mhm.
then he doesn't. So
A lot of
a
disco
lot of gospel,
bands,
yeah.
Staple.
like cool funk disco bands that I mean, I know they started off in a
Playing gospel
church
in the church.
choir.
Yeah.
Like the Emotions were a church choir. They were-
Commodores.
Commodores, yeah.
well, it's church choir. I mean, so many, and even
It's a
how
given that period, if you were an artist in that genre, you started singing in church. Whitney
Sure.
Houston, they
Yeah.
all started in that Baptist Christian.
yeah.
I'm a singer. Where can I sing? Oh, we're in church 3 days a week. Come on, you sing
Mhm.
here. And then eventually somebody takes them into the mainstream and they become addicted. So, not everything's great. It may not always
Hey,
work.
discover blow. It's all over.
Didn't have any Coke at church, thank goodness.
Mm.
No, you're right. And a lot of the artists start off as singing gospel in a church, in a choir, and then because their voices are outstanding, they start doing other things and break out, and they usually don't do a lot of Christian music after that. Maybe
No, they still keep a toe in it.
like I said, Kirk Franklin's the exception, but Kirk
Yeah.
Franklin did some amazing stuff.
Yeah.
I really liked his music.
Yeah, that God's
So-
Property. So the Stomp thing, I was
Yeah.
playing that almost every week, and I wasn't playing in a Christian bar. People would just
Hey,
ask me
see,
for
are
it.
you
They
with
like-
me?
yeah, they love that. I'm
I'm like
like,
96,
like,
97,
really?
something like that.
Yeah.
yeah, that was like, I was surprised by it. I'm like, hey, whatever makes it
No,
move.
that was really good. That was a lot of fun.
Oh.
And then sometimes when I'll watch a lot of YouTube reaction videos, and they'll look at artists like Elton John, or look at artists, several, singers, and the phrase they use sometimes when they go, or Boston or anything, when they hit the high notes, oh, he's taking us to church. They always say that in the reaction videos. Like, okay, so you're
Yeah.
Eric Hosier approves.
yeah, yeah, hitting them high notes in the choir kind of thing. Yeah.
How is he as big as he is? That's still a mystery to me.
I said the word church in a song, so now he sells out arenas.
Who are you
That's the
talking
thing.
about?
Hosier.
Hosier.
That's not.
Oh,
That's
He
not
headlined
about church.
Coachella one night last year.
Really?
Headlined Coachella. I can name 2 songs by the guy.
That's,
But that's okay. Lana Del Rey did it the year before. I can only name one by her.
Take Me to Church
Does
is
it-
about church.
No,
Well,
No,
yeah,
it's
her
not even
audience,
about
though.
church.
No,
No.
it's
can I give an
Depeche
amen?
Mode could have done that song.
Yes, they could have. Pet Shop Boys could have done that song.
He has a big song now, though. So
Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Oh, that Whiskey Neat. It's
Yeah,
like
it
a
doesn't even
country
sound like-
track.
it doesn't even sound like
That's absolutely a
song.
country song. Yeah.
Yeah. And, 2 tracks, and you can now headline Coachella. I mean, why waste time touring, playing bars? 2 tracks, you're in.
No.
Right.
Why
two
not?
tickets. That's it.
That's it.
You guys have fun
You say
tonight?
Illuminati? I thought I heard someone say
No,
Illuminati. I'm
Lou
like,
Manati.
They're always
Oh.
listening.
Nice pizza place. I don't know.
oh, Illuminatis.
Mm.
I don't know. We're
right.
brought to you by DJ Event Planner. Check them out in the description of this video.
Oh, yeah, they're
Thank
going to be
you.
thrilled with us.
Thank you. Yeah, they're gonna love us. Thank you for being one of our channel sponsors.
Say a prayer for them.
Yeah. Way to save it.
Say a prayer for us.
Please
Say
do.
a prayer for me.
We need all we can
Save
get.
it for the morning after. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Try to keep it interesting. Try to keep it fun. Yeah, guys have fun.
Oh, it was great.
I had fun.
I had to miss the first few minutes of it, but no, it was a good time.
That's okay. You came in perfect timing. We were going around the room, and I thought I was gonna have to go ahead and just say what I had to say, but then you popped in. It's like, nope, we got a fourth. This is cool. We're now the Beatles with Eric and the Wings.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like
We'll see you
golf.
next